Hello, 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 hello. This is, I kind of started this a bit late, but whatever. Doesn't matter. I don't care. Welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway, where we'll be seeing four drivers, not a lot of drivers, but we're going to have some IROC cars at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We have Novaris in the number 91, Ronnie Vibes in the number 5, Saturn Tuner in the 29, and Casey in the 12 in the Ryan Newman car. He doesn't have a scheme, or he might, but he just doesn't want to use it. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure we're going to the green flag here as they enter the restart zone, and the green flag will be out. We are racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ron Vibes with a little bit of run on the outside, trying to get past that 91, but the 91 almost clears him. Ron's still on the door. He might get a run on exit. And here comes Saturn trying to make it a three-car battle. Maybe three wides looking down there, but he's going to keep it behind Nova. And Ron around the outside, trying to make that outside lane work. And so far, he has a little bit. Oh, contact with Saturn, but Nova will take the lead on lap one. And Casey sends it down to the grass, trying to make it three wide. He tucks in behind Saturn. Saturn tries to move Nova up the track. And here comes Saturn to the inside. 2x2 down the back straightaway and into 3 and 4. Saturn, a little bit of contact there with the number 91. But it looks like he might be able to complete the pass, and he will. He will. He's going to clear Nova. So Saturn Tuner is your new leader here on lap 3. And Casey looking to the inside of Nova. That's a 3 wide almost for second place. Ron with the outside run, trying to make it through the middle. Casey puts a interesting block on him. Nova down to the inside of Saturn. He tucks in right behind him instead. Saturn is going to be clear. Unless out of 4, Nova tries to do something to the inside, and he will. He looks to the inside for the lead, but to no avail. Saturn Tuner. Sorry, Saturn Tuner is your leader still. And Ron looking to the inside of Casey for third. Very very packed between these four cars. And Nova back to the inside. A little bit of contact. Nova slid up a bit there. But he's looking to the inside for the lead on Saturn. Can Saturn get the outside run and clear Nova? Yes, he can. Here comes Casey to the inside for second. And Casey's looking. It's 3 wide for the lead right now. Nova in the middle. Casey on the inside. Looks like he might take the lead. Saturn gets to the wall a little bit on the exit. And here comes Casey. He's going to be your new leader. But he slides up a lot, slows down a ton entering 3. And here comes Ron to the inside looking for the lead for the first time. Side by side for second, entering 1. Nova looking to make it 3 wide. Casey chops the nose off the number 91. And here comes Saturn. It's 3 wide for the lead. Almost. Casey still clears the 2 behind. And Saturn is falling back. Something has happened. He is lagging. That's the issue. But Nova to the inside of Casey looking for the position. He makes the move. He takes the lead right back. Casey pouncing on the back bumper, though. Into turn 1, looking to the inside. Nova's going to keep the lead, and here comes Ron for second to the inside of the number 12. And the 12 to the outside of the number 91. Can he make the move into 3 and 4? No, he cannot. There's a little bit of contact, though, and that's going to be Ron on the inside taking the advantage. He's going to take the lead from the number 91. Here comes Casey to the inside, onto the apron. In the grass a little bit on the front stretch. But Ron will lead that lap. Saturn is falling behind a lot, and it seems like he really just can't catch up. He might be gaining a little bit, though. Here comes Nova way to the inside. I think he's lagging. Or maybe that was just that was just a line. I'm not sure. But it's going to work for him. 3 wide for the lead. Ron gets put in the wall by Casey. Door banging like madmen, but Nova's going to lead that lap. They're still holding it 3 wide entering turn 1. A little bit of contact between the 12. They are three wide again. Saturn's going to get shoved to the apron, and Nova's going to have a bit of a gap on the rest of the field. Not sure why chat went closed there, but anyways, Saturn and Casey having a little bit of a battle for third. Ron trying to get the outside run to work. Nova goes a little bit high in the trial, but that's going to lose him some time. Nova still with a decent gap on second so far, and the field has started to spread out here on lap 10. Casey might look for a move here on Ron on the 5. No, he's going to stay behind him. Nova goes a little bit high. Ron looks to the inside. He's on the quarter panel, but he cannot make the move. Nova with the run on exit. Ron has found a line to catch up and keep up with Nova. He moves to the inside looking for the lead. Entered there a bit too shallow. It's going to ruin his run on exit, and Nova's going to keep that pole position. But with the help of the number 12 behind him, Ron has a good chance to fight back. Here he comes to the inside. Ronnie vibes to the inside of Novaris, and he's going to take the lead. Nova with the outside run, though, he's going to give him a run for his money. Nose to nose entering turn 1 and 2. And here comes Ron, takes the lead away. Nova looking right back on the outside, though, with a little bit of contact with Casey. Nova around the outside, trying to get that high line run to possibly do a cutback. There he goes. Hits the curb on the inside, but he is looking for his lead back. And a little bit of contact there between those two. Casey on the outside helping Ron, and now he goes to the inside to help Nova. Saturn with a front row seat to this three-car battle for the lead, and Nova looks to possibly do a slide job. No, he's going to hold his line. And Casey helping Nova on the inside again. Ron's going to be falling back to third. And we have single filed again. But here comes Ron to the inside of Casey looking for second back. Too big of a gap to catch up. Here comes Casey looking to the inside of Nova. They're side by side. Casey's looking for the lead. Everybody has had their somewhat fair share of the lead so far. Casey to the inside. He's going to try to slide up to clear Nova. And he does clear him, but here comes Ron on the inside and Nova. Nova tucks back in behind the 12, gives them a bit of a push into 3 and 4. Contact with Ron. Ron's looking for the lead now on the inside of Casey. I don't know why I said Casey like that. Casey's going to clear of the rest of the field. Ron's looking in multiple lanes to take the lead away. And he puts the slide job on the number 12. He will take the lead away. Here comes Nova on the inside, looking for his lead back. Ron possibly tried to look for a block, but Nova was there. Nova on the inside. Can he make it work on the inside, exiting 3 and 4? Casey gets in the wall a little bit. 0.000 across the line. This is a close battle between these three. Here comes Saturn to the inside of Casey, looking for third. And Ron takes a lead from Nova again. Nova back to the inside. Switchback after switchback between these two. End of 3 and 4. More contact. And Nova has a bit of a nose in front, but with the run that Ron will have on exit, it's going to be close. Ron barely leads that lap into 1 and 2. Nova has the nose ahead, and it looks like he will clear Ron on exit. It's a block on the number 5. The number 5 shoots right back down low. Ronnie vibes to the inside. Nova has him cleared, though. And Ron's looking way to the inside. Clips the apron a little bit. But Nova is still your leader. And now The competition has settled down a little bit. Never mind. Ron vibes to the inside with a little bit of help from Casey. Can he take the lead right back? Casey, uh, Casey shoots up Ron with a little bit of a late block on that number 12. And Ron, a little bit of contact with Casey. They're going to keep it straight. They're going to keep it green. And Nova with another lap led. Almost halfway through this race, Nova has been the man I've seen up front the most. And to the inside goes Ron, looking for the lead. Casey up Nova's back bumper, trying to make something work maybe on the outside. Nova sends it into the corner. He's going to be clear, but how long will it last? Ron back on the inside, but with a little bit of help from Casey, Nova's going to clear Ron yet again. These three have been battling all race so far. I'm not sure how their fuel is, but they are three wide. Ron to the inside. Casey moves Nova out the way. Nova gets put in the wall. And Ron will be your leader. Casey will be in second. Nova showing a little bit of his displeasure, bumping Casey into 3 and 4. And Casey will be your leader after all of that. Casey puts a lot of blocks. And I think we will have another driver entering. It is Juan. Juan will merge probably somewhere behind Nova or Saturn. And Ron to the inside of Casey. And Nova looking to the inside of Casey as well. But Casey with a high line run might be able to keep up with that number 5. Nose to nose across the start finish line and into 1 and 2. And Nova looking to make it 3 wide on the inside. He's looking for the lead. He barely clips Ron's bumper. And into 3 and 4, Ron shoots up the track. A little bit of contact with Casey. And Casey's trying to do the switchback. It's successful. He's down there. Nova wanted to make it look 3 wide again. I mixed up all my words there. Nova wanted to look to make it 3 wide again. Casey using up Nova a little bit to take the lead. He's going to barely clear Ron. Here comes Nova to the inside for second. And there's contact between the 5 and the 91. But Ron back to the inside of Casey looking for the lead. Puts Casey in the wall. And here comes Juan looking to merge. He will merge next lap, or he might just stay back there. Not sure. Here comes Casey for the lead again. Moves Ron out the way, and Casey will be clear the 5. Oh, chops the nose off a little bit there. But into 3 and 4. Here comes Ron right back to the inside. Oh, Ron gets really loose on the grass there, hits the curb. He's going to take the lead from Casey, though, as Casey looks to the inside, clipping the apron a little bit. Here comes Nova back on the outside. Gives Casey a bit of a shot, or Casey just blocked Nova there. Into 3 and 4, Ron with a little bit of a gap on the number 12, and he is extending it. But Casey on the inside trying to make something work. And here he comes to the inside with the help from the 91. Casey looks to the outside, hits the wall, looks to the inside, and could not get there. Ron is still your leader. And contact between the 5 and the 12. Ron is shoving Casey way down and into 3 and 4. More contact, door banging all around. And they are still neck and neck. Door banging. Ron door bangs that number 12. Nova cuts way through the tri-oval. And we are past halfway through this race now, as Ronnie Vibes looks to the inside of the number 12, trying to make a crossover move, but it will not work. He puts his car up and blocks Nova, but back down to the inside, the number 5. More contact with the 12. They are using each other up to try to get this lead. And Juan, you can see back there battling with Saturn for the 4th spot. They are still using each other up, but Ron just barely will be clear of that number 12. The 12 back to the inside, though. Will he send it in this corner? He will not. Juan makes his way up to fourth. Ron still with the lead with a decent gap, too. And now Juan's looking for third. Casey looking to the outside of the number 5, trying to see if that lane will work. With help from Nova, it might. Juan's still looking to the inside. He's going to move his car back up behind Nova. Casey to the inside. There's contact. Casey on the apron. They're still straight, though. 2x2 exiting the corner. Juan looking to make it 3 wide for the lead. Casey puts the block on him as they are still double file into 1 and 2. Ron sends it in there, does not hit the wall. They are 3 wide for the lead. Juan on the inside. They are bunched up, these top 5 cars. And Ron has the lead, but Juan has made it to second in that number 80. Third, not second. But Casey to the inside of Ron. Juan looking for the lead now. He makes it there, 3 wide. And Ron backs out. He shoots back down low. He's going to take the lead back. There are still 3 wide. Juan in the middle lane. He's going to take it. As there's more contact between these drivers. They single file it out into 3 and 4. Juan looking for some lanes to block. I don't know what I'm saying there, but Juan is trying to hold off that raging number 12. And Ron looks to the inside of Casey. Probably not the best move right now if you're trying to get past that number 80. They single file it out into 3 and 4 yet again. Casey looks to the inside. A magnificent move. Ron looks to the way inside, an even more magnificent move. And he's looking for the lead on that number 80, but 80 with the run on exit is going to clear Ron. Ron does take second from Casey out of that, though. And now he's looking to the inside for the lead. Juan might have put the block on him. Ron slides his car way up the track. Everybody's on the outside other than Ron. And Juan and Ron side by side. Casey looking to make it 3 wide into 3 and 4. There's contact there, but it might have helped Ron, honestly. He's going to take the lead, slide up the track, block Juan. Casey to the inside. Puts a little bit of a block on Nova. Single file it out, and now they're double file for the lead yet again. Juan and Ron. With 16 laps to go. Who is going to take the checkered flag? It could really be anybody, honestly. We've seen a lot of cars up front, mainly these top 4. Saturn's just been chilling in the back a little bit, watching all of this unfold. And Casey to the inside of Ron for second, trying to get past Juan, but Juan puts a big block on him exiting turn 4. Casey back to the inside, looking for the lead. It's not going to work. He door bangs Ron a little bit. Ron slides up the track. He's going to have the run on exit, though, to try to get that number 12 back. He shoots down to the inside. He won't be able to make it to the quarter panel, though. He will slide back up. And you can see the multi-lane here. You can see the 91 up high, but the top 3 down low. And Ron, possibly with some problems, he wall rides the tri-oval. But Juan will still be your leader with Casey right behind. Juan hits the wall a little bit of contact with Casey. Casey slides way down to the apron below the double white line. He makes his way back up, though. In a safe and respectable manner, he will keep second as well. This single file has started to get a little more spread out. And Juan looks to be the car to beat. It's going to be pretty hard to pass that number 80. The 12 puts a block on Ron, but they're, I don't know what I'm saying. Uh, Ron's trying to get past that 12. He's giving him some bumps, looking to the inside, but nothing will work. Juan hits the wall on exit. He slides way down below the line. He hits a bump, makes the front of his car go airborne. He will keep it straight, though. This has been a caution-free race. I'm not really sure what the fuel mileage is on these cars, but I don't really think they're gonna make it to the end. We will see though, they might. Juan hits the wall on exit again. He goes below the apron, trying to get a little extra time off of that number 12 and the number 5 behind him. The ticker is wrong, by the way, because it thinks that Juan is multiple laps down, but he is not. So just ignore the ticker for now, put Juan in front of everybody else. And Ron looking at the inside of Casey, but to no avail. 10 laps to go here from Charlotte as Juan hits a ton of bumps on the apron on the front stretch. He still has a lead by a decent margin over that 12 and the 5. He hits the outside wall again. Juan looks way down low, trying to break the draft. Into 3 and 4 yet again. Casey and Ron have been the battle of the day, honestly. These guys have been battling it out the whole race. And now it's 9 laps to go. The clock is ticking. These guys need to make a move soon. And if they don't, then Juan will be your winner after merging with barely 25 laps to go. And Nova looks to the inside of that number 5, trying to take third away. He will take third against that number 5. But that teal number 80 has kept the lead ever since he got there. But Casey looking to the inside just barely clips his bumper, I think. And now Juan trying to break the draft yet again. Casey has closed that gap by a lot. And Saturn looks to the inside of Ron for fourth. But Casey is all over that back bumper of the number 80 with 7 laps to go. And now the ticker is good. Juan is now your leader on the ticker. As Casey moves Juan up the track, tries to take the inside. With help from Nova, he might be able to take the lead. Side by side, nose to nose, entering 3 and 4. And Nova looks to the inside to make it 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Saturn. We haven't seen him all day. They are still 3 wide, entering 1 and 2. They have been holding it for nearly a whole lap now. And here comes Ron to keep it 3 wide, move Saturn out the way for the position. And Nova is now your leader after clearing Casey and Juan. Juan, I know for a fact, wants that lead back. The blue number 12 under that number 80, trying to take the position, but it's going to be Juan's, and he will be in second. Saturn two wheels it into the trioval. And Casey moving or trying to move Juan in that 80 car. And now Nova puts the block on Juan. Juan looks to the outside, trying to get a run off of exit. And Casey looks to the inside of the 80 for the second spot. He's barely there. Now nose to nose, entering 1 and 2. 4 laps to go. Can Nova hold off this hard charging field? Saturn is moving Ron out the way for the fourth spot. They are almost 3 wide. And Juan with a massive run off of exit. He's going to look way down low. They are 3 wide for second. And here comes Saturn to try to take third. Juan goes way up the track. Saturn takes all those spots, 3 for 1. Saturn is now up to second place. We have not seen him all race, and there's a lot of contact. Ron and Casey. But here comes Saturn with a late race surge, and he's almost going to take the lead from Nova. He's on the back bumper, and Casey's on the apron. They are side by side for fourth. Here comes Saturn trying to send it in there a little bit. But as they come to 2 to go, what lane does Saturn have to choose to get past this number 91? Saturn looks to the inside, trying to get as much as he can out of that car. He moves Nova up the track a little bit, and with help from Ron on the inside, Saturn might be able to get the lead. He touches the quarter panel of the number 91, and there's a little bit of contact back there between Casey and Juan. A little bit of controversy between those two, but we will focus on the lead. Coming to the white flag, there will be one more lap to go, and Saturn is looking to the inside of Nova for the lead. They're nose to nose to the start finish line. White flag is out. They are 2 by 2 entering 1 and 2. Saturn looking for the lead on the inside. There's more contact than I could even commentate back there. 3 wide. And here comes Nova around the outside for the final time into 3 and 4. Nova almost clears Saturn. Saturn goes onto the apron. There's going to be a crash here soon. And Nova is going to be your winner as Ron spins around, coming to the start finish line. But Nova will win at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And Ron Saturn flips over. He is upside down, and Juan is upside down too. But Nova is your winner at Charlotte Motor Speedway in the RRL IROC series. Nova looked pretty dominant in the first half. Juan led most of the second half, but in the end, that number 91 got past. That number 91 got past the field and stole the victory away. Not really stole, he kind of deserved it. As we will go to commercial break really quick. And we will come back and watch Nova's burnouts.
Table for 2, please.
Yeah, sure, you can go seat yourself.
To the inside! Can I give a tap? Can you back to the inside?
Hey, check out that race that's on.
And now he will! Arvalo saves it! He keeps it together! Kenyon goes beneath the racetrack! They're all gonna oh my goodness! What the
Yo, this is trash.
Yo, I think that's R2R sim stock.
Yeah, I think they have a winter series coming up.
Alright, what can I get started for you guys?
Shut up, bro. We got a race to do.
Wait, what are you talking?
Welcome back to the broadcast. Nova ran out of fuel after the line. He will respawn his car, and now he will be able to do his burnouts on the front stretch of Charlotte Motor Speedway. You'll be able to get an interview with him if he's down for that. He's your winner of the 50-lap main event. After leading definitely over half the race, he was one of the cars to beat alongside Juan and Ron. Let's see if we can get
view of loveliness.
Hello, 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 hello.
Okay, yeah. Hello.
So, I've been watching the race, obviously, and in the middle of a race, it seemed like you fell off a little bit. How did you climb back and beat that number 80 of Juan and the rest of the field?
Well, as I said earlier, I didn't really fell off. I kind of leaned back and kind of just started fuel saving because I noticed Saturn was doing it, so I started fuel saving like him. And then 10 to go, I realized people weren't going to run out of fuel, so I did what I had to do to mark my way to the front without killing someone.
Oh, okay, so it was really a fuel strategy race from inside the cockpit, and your car is now on fire. Okay.
Yep, this is what happens when you run out of fuel, which I did. So after I crossed the line,
I'm not sure how that makes sense if you don't have any fuel, but whatever.
Residue.
Anyways, your winner, the number 91 of Nova.
Aha!
Okay, and now I'm ending the broadcast. Woo, yay. Good night to viewers that are watching this. Bye-bye, bye-bye.